Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the type of this newsletter is going to be, She Isn't Attracted to Me Anymore. Got an email here from a viewer. He says, "Hey Coach, I'll keep this as short as I can. Basically, I've dated a girl for 2 years, and we lived together. She wanted a break, and she moved into her mom's house and took a bunch of her stuff. There was no argument or anything. She just said that she has personal issues. This all came from me telling her a while ago that I hate when people play house and don't address their own shit. She ended up saying that I am right, and she always does that in relationships. I have 2 little kids that love this girl, and I wanted to ask if I should call her at all, or should I just let her go and let her do her thing? Let her go. Remember, the thing that you got to look at is that she unilaterally decided, hey, I'm out of here. And even though she says it's because she needs to work on herself, which obviously she does, the real reason she moved out is she just lost interest in you. You did more things wrong than right and caused her to lose her attraction for you, and thereby causing her to want to move out and live with her parents again. That's the real bottom line. And you chasing and pursuing her is not going to do anything to make it work. She left. So therefore, you should be looking at it from the perspective of play ball. Get your ass out there, have some fun, meet some new women, and move on like nothing ever happened. And if this ex-girlfriend of yours gets in touch, assume it's because she wants to see you. And all you need to do is arrange a date. Say, hey, great to hear from you. We should get together. Why don't you grab a bottle of wine, come on over to my place. Make a definite date, get a babysitter for the kids, and then the 2 of you can just hang out, have fun, and hook up. That's all you need to do. And when she leaves later that night or in the morning, give her a kiss on the cheek and say, hey, give me a call later, or call me later. That's all you got to say. And whenever she reaches out to you again, just assume it's because she wants to see you. And what do? Hang out, have fun, and hook up. Rinse, recycle, repeat. That's all you got to do. He says, the apartment is in her name, and she has to do something about it sometime. Well, if you're paying the rent and you're paying the bills, then it really doesn't fucking matter. Make your payments and do the part that, handle the part of it that you're supposed to handle. Because again, she's the one that left the relationship. Don't try to keep somebody who doesn't want to keep you. You trying to force her, trying to get her to work on it when she doesn't feel it, it's not going to work. Let her go. He says, I've agreed to give her space, but when I saw your video that you to say, that's fine, but I don't really agree to a break and call me when you were free. Lastly, we just had sex, and she said, I love you to me during it, which she usually doesn't. Well, that tells me that her interest is going back up because she's got some space, and obviously you're not pursuing her enough to the point where her interest is starting to bubble up. In other words, you've backed off enough to facilitate her being unsure of herself. And so that's great. So he says, the last thing that she said before I left is that she loves me, but she doesn't see me as the man she would marry. And what you got to understand about that statement, in other words, it's not that she so much doesn't see you as a guy that she would marry. What she's really communicating to you is that she doesn't feel the emotions and the feelings that she needs to feel in order to want to marry you. And that's why hanging back and doing nothing and going on about your life and just hooking up with her whenever she gets in touch with you is the best way to go. Because that will allow her to come back to you at her own pace. Because unless she calls you, unless she reaches out to you, nothing is going to happen. And therefore, when she realizes that, when she has the space away from you, when she hasn't talked to you in a week or so, and she wonders what you're doing, after all, you're living in her place, it's in her name, then she's going to call you just to say, hey, I was just calling to say hello, see what you're up to, let you know I was thinking about you. Hey, me too. I was thinking about you too. I want to see you. When are you free to get together? I miss you. Let her tell you. It's like, great. Arrange a date. That's all you got to do. And she'll come, and this will allow her to come back to you at her own pace. And over the course of several weeks, as her emotions start to grow for you again, as the sexual attraction and anticipation starts to grow, then she'll start to perceive you as the guy that she once perceived and felt that way about when you guys first moved in together. So she said she doesn't see me as the man she would marry, and that she isn't attracted to me anymore. That's why pursuing is not going to help. Doing nothing is what will cause her. She's already come back over and slept with you, so obviously she's sexually attracted to you, but not to the point where she wants to be in an exclusive relationship with you. And that's why talking about relationships or labels or what you guys are or working things out. Forget about that. All you need to, it's like, hey, baby, let's just focus on having fun and enjoying each other, and let's just see where it goes. That's what you need to focus on. Hanging out, having fun, and hooking up. Because more than likely, you over-pursued her, you did too much, you weren't mysterious, you became dull, boring, and predictable in your relationship. And when women, they're just like cats, when they get bored, they leave. They go off and they roam the neighborhood. And just like your girlfriend here, she got bored and she moved in with her parents. She was also talking for a few days on Yahoo Messenger to an ex-boyfriend of hers and told him she isn't attracted to him at all and that she didn't like the way he talks about me. So that tells me she's defending you to this ex-boyfriend because obviously he's pursuing her and trying to get her back. And you're not doing anything. You're going about your life. She left the relationship. It's like, all right, baby, well, give me a call when you want to hang out. That's all you got to do. It's like you leave the door open. You got to let her come back to you at her pace. And if you do that, she will slowly fall back in love with you. And once she falls back in love with you, you ain't going to be able to get rid of her. She's going to be all over your ass. She's going to be staying over all the time. And then you'll pick up right where things are. But you got to let the women come to you. You must let women do most of the chasing and the pursuing. Why they prefer it that way, even though they say they won't, the only way they're going to fall completely head over heels in love with you is if you allow them the space and the time that they need to be unsure of themselves, because it's a scientific fact that women are more attracted to men whose feelings are unclear. And when things are unclear, that's why she reaches out, is to gain some certainty. And then when she reaches out to you, you just arrange a date, which will give her even more certainty when you get together. You arrange a definite date and then get off the phone. Don't be talking and texting to her because, oh, well, we used to live together. Don't do that. Only use the phone for arranging dates. Period. That way, if she wants to talk to you, she has to do it in person. That way you can hang out, have fun, and hook up. And so if you focus on that, all it's going to do is anytime she talks to you or anytime she gets around you, it's going to make her feel good. And that's what we need to focus on is causing this girl, every time she interacts with you, to feel good, as opposed to feeling bad like she did in the past. So if every time she gets around you, she feels good and you make her feel good, you make her feel beautiful because you seduce her when you're with her, then what happens is her interest goes back up and then she starts to fall back in love with you. That's all you need to do at this point, because she's coming over and she's sleeping with you, so she's starting to come back. You just need to let her come to you at her own pace. I wouldn't call, I wouldn't text, I wouldn't pursue, I wouldn't do anything. Why? She left. She left the relationship unilaterally. She decided she wasn't going to work on it anymore, that she wanted to be apart. Great. Give me a call when you change your mind. You said the perfect thing. So when she reaches out to you, she calls you or texts you, you got to assume it's because she wants to see you. Don't talk about getting back together or relationships or boyfriend, girlfriend, or labels or any of that nonsense. Just focus on hanging out, having fun, and hooking up. That's all you got to do. So if you have a question you want to ask me, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which will be on the left-hand side of your screen. Send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max, and just give me several days to get back to you with a response. If you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session. You can do that by going to my website, click the Products tab, which will be at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. If you want to get a digital version of my Kindle ebook, on my website, underneath the email sign-up box, there's a box that has a link that'll take you right to the Amazon Kindle download page for my book. Once you get there, if you don't have a Kindle device, just download one of their free e-reader apps for whatever electronic device you want to read my book on. And if you appreciate the value of the information I offer in these video newsletters, the articles on my website, or my ebook, you can show your appreciation right now by going to my website, and on the Webby toolbar at the bottom of your screen, click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information. And I will talk to you soon.